Hi guys. I just wanted to tidy up the last video. First of all, it's 4th of July weekend. Happy birthday, America. Happy 250th. God bless America. I think we can all agree on that, regardless Ford or Chevy. But just wanted to tidy up that video. First of all, thanks. Those videos, I was expecting 100 views, 150 views. I think last time I looked at it, it was like around 27,000. How did that happen? I'm blown away by that. Hundreds of comments. I think I've read almost all of them. Reply to whoever I think I can add to the conversation. All you guys have been awesome, except for a couple of you, and I think you know who you are, but you guys have been awesome. But let me just clarify a few things. Peanut cam, a bunch of you guys said, I've never heard of what that is. And the peanut cam is third gen speak for the small cam. And when the LB9 came out, like my yellow one, it's got the L69 cam. Basically, the whole motor's an L69 with a TPI on top. I got a video on that, so check it out if you want. But in '86, from '86 to '89, on the automatic LB9s, they put in the LG4 or the L03 cam, the small cam, what we call the peanut cam. And that was great for emissions and mileage, and you get low end torque, and you could spin the tires and all that. But it cut power down to 190, and you were all in by 4,000, 4,200 RPM. So those were the peanut cam cars that everybody talks about, or that I was talking about, and some of you guys didn't know what that was. So maybe some of you guys learned some new terminology. What else? So, I think you guys wanted a race story. Maybe I'll give you a couple here. Let's talk about this car when it was new. When it was new, I was probably in my late 20s, and I was done with this whole street race scene. I was really sour on it. I had seen too much stupidity. I didn't want to be involved with it. Things were changing. It was just like not good. So here I am. Oh, first of all, disclaimer, I was on a private road in Mexico. Okay, just so you guys know. So here I am going somewhere, and this Mustang GT pulls up next to me. In my mind, I had it ID'd as an 88. It could have been an 89, I don't know, or 87, but for some reason I thought it was an 88. And it was a 5-speed, it was blue with silver graphics. It was a pretty car. And he pulls up next to me, and he's like revving his motor. And he probably looked at this and thought it was a peanut cam LB9, or maybe he thought it was an RS because it's got a decal to delete. Who knows? Who knows what he thought? But he could feel the taste of victory like dripping off his fangs. And I'm thinking, I just do not want to race this guy. And but subconsciously, I did turn off the radio. I remember specifically, and if the AC was on, I turned that off. But I didn't want to race. So he's revving his motor, and I'm going to describe this the way fighter pilots describe their dog fights. That was him. This was me. So green light comes on, and he takes off. And he takes off. He's probably a car and a half length ahead of me. And it probably took a split second, but in my mind, it was a couple of minutes. I was like just really thinking about this. I go, I just don't want to race this guy. I just don't want to race. And then something clicked in me, and I said, I'm going to run this sucker down. So I start chasing him and just reeling him in. By the time my ear was next to his rear tire, he shifted into second. I could hear it chirp. A moment later, I shifted into second, and we were like dead even. I hit third, and I started pulling away from him. I had one fender, and then a whole car length ahead of him. I blew him away. There's no other way to describe it, and he knew it too. I blew him away like he was driving Grandma's Fairmont. And we were in third gear, and I looked down at the speedo, and we were going about 90 or over. And in front of me was a yellow light, and I was afraid we were not going to be able to stop in time. I did stop. The brake pad, this brake pad, which is still the original brake pad, smoked. Not the tire, the actual brake pad. And it gave a little wisp of smoke that came up over the hood of the car and then dissipated. I was afraid the other guy was not going to be able to stop. And I knew the Fox's spindly brakes. He was probably going the same speed as me. And he couldn't stop. And he ended up going through the red light at a pretty high speed. And that made me a little nervous. I didn't want anything to happen to him. He was just another stupid kid like I was. And I didn't want him to hurt anybody else. But thankfully, thank God he didn't. Later, I caught up to him a couple of lights down the road. And I was used to the days where you'd run somebody and you'd still be friendly. It'd be kind of collegial. And, hey, thumbs up. That was a good run. What do you got under the hood? Something like that. I pulled up next to him. He did not even want to look at me. He did not even want to look my way. Remember those old brick phones that he had? One of those. He must have been a rich kid or something. He picked it up. I guess he had an emergency call from the president or something, and he had to take it. So I just pulled away. So that's that story. I never did that again. I had a friend with a 92 B4C1LE, and 92s, that's the pinnacle. I mean, that's when GM had their act together. Every good piece that they've developed over 10 years was on that car. And one night he takes me for a ride, and holy smokes, that car was fast. It was the fastest stock third gen I've ever been in. I thought my car was fast. This car was faster. And it wasn't just the way it accelerated. It's the way the trans was programmed, quality, upshifts, downshifts, a chirp at every time he did that. Not like a punk puts in a B&M shift kit. You could tell this was engineered by GM engineers. Car was fast, and I told him, this car's faster than mine. 2 weeks later, he goes to the track. First time at the track for him and first time for the car. He's pulling in. Usual suspects are laughing at him. Oh, it's an RS. Ha, 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 ha. 17-second quarter mile. Wait for this idiot. First time down the track for him in the car. All he did was put it in the drive and mash the pedal. 13.6. 13.6. Those guys weren't laughing anymore. So there's another story for you. So with that said, I love Foxes. I've spent a lot of seat time in them. I've got friends that have them. Who knows, I might get another one. I had an 82 GT that I shouldn't have sold, and an 87 notchback, 5-speed 308 gear, and it turned out it was an SSP car, Oklahoma State Police. That one I was glad I sold. Who knows, I might get another one. The GT I got because the test drive I took in 82 left such an impression on me. It was so fun, so spirited. I remember I shifted into second, and the rear end broke loose. And that's the car I shouldn't have sold. And but who knows, I might get another one. So just wanted to wrap that up. You guys have a happy 4th of July, and I'll talk to you later.